Let's see the differences between the application.properties and the application.yaml file. On a high level, these two files are configuration files. They just hold the data properties and the key value pairs. But if we dive deeper into it, there are few main differences between them. So before going to look after the differences, let us initially understand why do we need this configuration file or property file. Assume that you have a Java class and the database props like username, host, service name, and everything has declared in that Java class, and all the such critical information. So if we do so, whenever we require any modification in that Java class, like if you wanted to modify the DB props, we must modify the Java class and recompile it, and again move back to the production. So such a quite difficult task. So in place of this, we can have property files or a configuration files, so that this does not require the actual compilation every time we modify it. So everything that is changing every time, so you have to have it's better to have configuration files in place, so that these can be modified n number of times without touching the actual code. So let's see each file. We have application.properties. This comes with the Spring Boot, and we can also have with the Spring framework at a core module. And here the data is stored in a key value pair fashion, and with the sequential approach, and I'll show you how it looks like. And the advantages of this is to we can easily modify, as I told before, and there is no need of compilation every time. And the disadvantages is there will be number of times of repetition in the keys. So there will be, like, for example, if you declare the database keys like spring.data source dot url, so this is a particular key, so this same key might be written multiple times. Okay. And there will be on increasing of the properties, it is also quite difficult to understand and the key values on increasing of the file and on increasing of the properties. So it's a quite difficult to handle this. And let's see in the Eclipse how this application properties is configured and how it is get loaded. Here we have the demo project. If you wanted to know how I have created this project, I have the link in the description. Please check it out. And we can find the application or properties under src main resources. If you does not have this file, then you can create it through right click on the project, new file, application or properties, and click on finish. And let's open the file. Here we'll be having the key and value pairs. So these pairs can be the Spring default and user defined also. So you can have your own customized key value pair also. For example, let me create a default key value pair. um, as Spring Boot application comes with inbuilt of Tomcat. So Tomcat runs on the server port 8080. So let me just override the server port to 9090. So I'll put the property as server.port is equal to 9090 and click on save. That's it. Just clean it if any errors. Okay. Now ideally our application should run in the port 9090 because we are overriding the existing port. Yes, the build is success. Let me just run. Yes, Tomcat is started at port 9090. So in this way we can override the existing properties. and there is another set of properties. These are the properties for the DB connection. So if you clearly observe that here we have Spring Dot data source uh, multiple times. See, there is a repetition in Spring Dot data source. So this is the one of the disadvantages. So we are increasing the boilerplate code. So Spring Boot always says that uh, have the ls code, and it is used to actually mainly to reduce the boilerplate code. But here in this case we have different boilerplate code, and by increasing these properties it is quite difficult to maintain this file. So for that reason it is better to go with the YAML file. And we have application.yaml file. YAML means it's an int markup language, or can say a human readable data serialization language. It is commonly used for the configuration files and the applications where the data is being stored and transmitted. And the data stored is in the form of key value pair, and it follows the hierarchical approach with the strict indentation. So indentation is very much important in this application.yaml file, and the advantages we have is it can be used to modify easily. And as it follows the hierarchical approach, it is able to we can able to understand easily, and there will not be any kind of repetition in keys. And also as like application properties, there is no need of compilation. And the main advantage of this YAML is it is multi-language supportive. It supports like Java, Python, and R language. And we can have in this YAML file we can have different set of props like array, list, dictionary, and map format. Um I'll explain different set of with an example. I have explained already, so you can check it out in the description. There will be a link. And the difference, the disadvantage with this is there is a complex indentation formatting. So as I said that it follows the strict indentation. And let's see with an example how this application.yaml works. As we have back into Eclipse, as we have done this in the properties. So if we let's first if we wanted to convert the same to the YAML, we can just copy here and go back to browser and go to this aliencoders.online. There you can convert your properties to YAML with the correct indentation. Sometimes you might miss out the indentation, so it is better to use this kind of ready-made tools. So I have just pasted it, and I'll click on the convert. Oops. Yes, see, the only thing we have to do is we have to copy this and just remove this. I'll delete it, and I'll create the application.yaml file. I'll paste it. That's it. So for the YAML, I'll change the port. Now the application should able to run on 9091 port. So let us run and see. Oh, we have misspelled it. So make sure you did not do this kind of mistake. Right. Click on it, run. Yeah, see, now it took the YAML file from the class path resources. and we are able to run at port number 9091. That's it. So this is the hierarchical way of approach that YAML does. See, if you compare with the application.property files, here we are repeating the key value multiple times. But in the case of YAML, we have Spring as a one key, and in sub key we have data source, and there is another map structure with the key value pair. So this is the actual difference between the properties and the YAML file. So there will be no repetitive, and it is more cleaner than the property file. So it is quite understandable, and also it looks like a JSON format. I have one other question to you. So if at all I have the same property file, for example, I have another property file like application dot properties, and I have the same property files which were there before. Which one do you think? There are two files, application.properties and application.yaml. There are two files. Which one do you think, at what port does the Tomcat runs? If you are able to get this, or else you can check the link in the description. I have done a separate video on it. Thank you.